Hello. So I have neglected this channel, this web kind of series that I started. For, yeah, I've just been neglecting it, but I want to start focusing on it a little more and everything and make it more documentary style because right now it's webcam, talk to you all, upload, and watch. You watch. I rewatch it, but you watch it anyway. Um, yeah, so that's kind of the idea that I had originally for this series is kind of make was to make it documentary style, but I never planned it out as well as I should. So now I want to start doing that a little bit more in the future and whatnot. But yeah, I think today what I want to talk about is support and just how important it is, especially in this industry, to just have support from your friends and your family because it just makes it that much easier, you know, than if you're trying to venture off on your own. And I'm not saying you can't do it. Yes, you very much can. I'm just saying it is that much easier when you have a good support system behind you. And yeah, um, with my family, it's been a little they've gotten used to the idea now, and my mom and my brother are very supportive of me. My dad is supportive also, but he worries a lot about the career path that I have chosen. And it's hard because I'm graduating in December finally with my BFA in theater performance. And when I first started college, it was constant questions of like, don't shouldn't you change your major? Shouldn't go for something that really brings in the money? Shouldn't you know? And I said, no, this is what I love to do, and I'm going to get my degree in this, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And so he stopped for the remainder of my time in college. But now that I'm going to graduate, those questions have started again. And I love my dad, and and I know he is supportive, but I I mean it hurts my feelings, and I wish he would just, you know, trust in my decision and my knowledge in the fact that I know I'm going to struggle. This is not an easy career. I'm not expecting to graduate and get a job, right as soon as I graduate. I'm realistic. I'm very much aware of the, risk that I am taking, and and I just wish I had his 100% support, because right now it is below 50%, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so, and your friends, I mean, having the support of your friends, I don't mind as much if my friends don't support me, mainly because I know that my non actor friends probably aren't going to help me out if I need it. So, with my family, because they are supportive, I know that if I need maybe a little bit more financial help getting to an audition, they'll be there to help me while but when you don't have your family's support, but you have a good amount of friends that support you and are at least there to root for you, that is at least a little bit more encouraging than not having anyone.
Very true. Yeah. And friends friends are always there to help. I mean, it is good to have a supportive friend. Like, let's say you have an audition in New York. Hey, you have a buddy in New York. If you're good friends with him and he supports you, he'll probably let you stay. But I mean, family is family will always be family. Family will always be there. So it's always nice to have that support. And as I'm already graduated, I have a degree in theater, tech, and design. Even though I'm a performer, I don't know why my degree is in tech and design. I was lost back then. But um, I'm a performer, and yeah, like just like you just said, graduation came and the questions came. What are you doing with your life? Why are you doing with your life? Why are you following this path? And I got endless questions from aunts and uncles like, why don't you choose something else? Why don't you do something else now? Something that'll bring money, but it's not their life. It's my life. I mean, when I'm suffering, they're not gonna suffer. It's gonna be me. To me, it's like other people will try to stop you, but whatever. It's not their life. It's yours. But it's cool to have that support from your family, like the immediate ones, which is mom and dad. It's not easy to get that support, especially from our culture, the Mexican culture. They see more as bring in the money. They don't see it as do something that you love. But if you don't have that support, you can find that support. There's many communities out there. The acting community, the art community is strong. It's just a matter of finding that group that belongs to you, that group that you fit in with, and create a support system within each other.
And like Lando mentioned, I have heard so many people, incoming freshmen or, people in other majors that have come up to me and they've told me, acting is my love. I wish I wish I had it. I wish I could pursue my career, pursue that instead of what it is that I'm pursuing now. And I always ask them, well, why don't you? You can always switch. And they say, well, my parents wouldn't support me if I switched my major, I would lose that financial connection. And I just want to say, yes, your parents are maybe paying for your college, and yes, um, you know, it's hard to stand up to your parents, but it is ultimately your life. And if your parents decide to cut you off financially, if this is something that you really, really want to do, you will find a way to do it. And I know it sounds terrifying to think, you know, my parents are going to cut me off and I don't have a job or this and that, and um you know, or my parents no longer talk to me, or, things like that. And it's scary. I know it's scary, and I know it's a little bit probably hard to hear it from me because I have my parents' support, but I have met people that have gone against their parents' wishes, and their parents cut them off, and they're doing what they really truly love, and they found a way to get around the lack of, financial support, or the lack of just parental support overall. And I would rather be broke and happy than, making tons of money while hating my job. And, you know, that that's my mentality.
It's true. I mean, the way I see it, money's not gonna go with me to the grave. So why bother? Why bother about money, riches? Might as well live this life as happy as I can make it. That's the real treasure, the happiness and the laughter and the joy you're gonna get out of the life that you make. That's how I see it.
And, you know, it is a a big way to gain support, within an acting community, is just plain and simple as don't burn your bridges. And yes, you will come across those actors, those actresses, or those directors, or those producers that drive you up the wall. But as long as you have as positive an attitude as you can, and you still work your butt off, they'll have your back. And that means more opportunities for you in the long run. And, you know, if you can become really close, if you're in college and you're studying theater, or even if you're not in college, just become as good of a friend to as many people in the acting community as you can. Like, I was in the Masterworks Festival this summer. I just came back today, actually, and I just met such a wonderful group of people. And, I just know that we're going to help each other out if we can. And while I was in New York, I have a friend who is currently getting his master's in theater, in New York. And I met up with him on yesterday, actually. Oh, it seems like so long ago. And, I hadn't seen him in a few months. And so we were just walking around the city, catching up and stuff. And he lives in New York, and he wants to have his career over there, and he's hoping that, you know, at the end of the year, he'll have, something will have opened up for him in New York. But he told me, ultimate I ultimately I don't want to live in New York for the rest of my life. I don't want to perform here for the rest of my life. I'm going to perform here for a part of my acting career, but ultimately I want to go back to my hometown, and I want to establish like a theater community in our hometown, because our hometown is not theater culturally based at all. And I just thought that was so cool, because one of my dreams is to start a fine arts school in our hometown and just get the arts growing in our city. And how awesome that we have these similar dreams. So now, you know, if he once he's done doing his thing and he comes back to our hometown and he starts establishing his little his theater plans, you know, he knows that I have his back because we have a very similar dream. So, I mean, it's, you know, talk about your goals, your dreams, and that'll help keep you focused, especially if you do not have a support system. That's all I wanted to say for today, and thank you for watching.